pulse of an active and engaging city, the means to achieving community goals and a higher quality of life, transit-oriented development, or TOD, goes far beyond building a transit line through a neighborhood. It's part of a greater idea to generate livable communities that provide a wide range of benefits to residents. TOD increases connectivity and transportation choices, making it possible to get around without a car. It increases density and uses space smartly, meeting the needs of a growing population and creating homes that families can afford. And at its heart, TOD instills a sense of community, producing a heightened sense of place by promoting a convenient, affordable, and active lifestyle for people of all ages and backgrounds. A major driving force behind transit-oriented development is getting the person out of the car. Pedestrian-oriented development emphasizes walking as the preferred mode of transportation, with bicycling or riding mass transit as secondary alternatives. In Seattle, Washington, many streets are designed to seamlessly connect rail, bus, and bike routes. Many streets and sidewalks also have well-marked curb cuts designed to safely funnel pedestrians across the flow of traffic. Smaller city blocks in Portland, Oregon make walking around town even easier. The city also uses a dual traffic system where buses and rail share two dedicated transit lines on the roadway. A string of buses and trains weave in and out to pick up passengers on the curb, while a third lane is reserved for general auto traffic. A unique aerial mode of transit in Portland connects the city's South Waterfront district with the main Oregon Health and Science University campus. A bicycle valet and parking lot allows riders to bike to the aerial tramway station before getting a lift up the mountain. The tramway station is also just steps away from a rail stop, giving riders more options to get in and out of the city. With the wide-reaching transit network in both downtown Portland and Seattle, owning a car is no longer necessary. Residents can sell their cars, but still have the option to drive thanks to a car-sharing program called Zipcar. That program is widely used in both Portland and Seattle and allows drivers to rent fuel-efficient cars by the hour or by the day. As a function of multimodal transportation, complete streets ensure a safe place for everyone. They preserve the land, creating specific areas for landscaping, pedestrians, bicycles, and vehicles. Perhaps the best examples of complete streets can be found around Portland, where bicycling and walking are king. Near Portland State University, protected bike lanes hug the curb, giving bicyclists a safe place to ride away from the flow of traffic. Having these bike lanes on the right side of parked cars also helps prevent what's known as dooring, or when a driver accidentally opens their door into an oncoming bicyclist. But most importantly, complete streets offer inclusivity. Complete streets provide a way for those without a car, the disabled, and the elderly to move around town independently without relying on others to be mobile. Around the country, but especially here in Hawaii, we know that space is precious. Because of our limited land, we must go up instead of out in order to grow. There is simply no room for urban sprawl in downtown Honolulu, so in order to accommodate more residents, we must increase density with compact communities. The footprint of a 1.3 million square foot skyscraper, like the one shown here, would cover about 60% of a city block, or about 3.4 acres. However, if that same floor space was built out in a typical suburban sprawl, it would cover nearly 90 times that amount, either 21 city blocks or a massive 300 acres. Because no one wants to see Hawaii transform into a concrete jungle that's packed with high-rises, care must be taken to ensure culture and space are preserved while still meeting the needs of future residents. This delicate balance can be achieved through the use of specific urban design concepts like green space and engaging storefronts. In Portland, many buildings incorporate green walls or landscaping into their architecture, softening the appearance of hard walls and tall facades. Sustainability is also encouraged through the use of rooftop and community gardens. Pocket parks are sprinkled throughout downtown Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver, providing peaceful places where residents can relax and enjoy the scenery or get active in the fresh air. Unique pieces of street art add to the sense of place. Take a look at these 18-foot-tall bird statues in Vancouver's Olympic Village, which are well-loved remnants of the 2010 Winter Olympics. And this old brick wall in Portland's Pearl District was converted to hold street signs, while factories and industrial warehouses from the early 1900s were renovated into posh new apartments to preserve historic elements of the area's past. Through the use of mass transit like buses and rail, and safe paths for bicycles and people, communities can get closer than ever before. The level of interaction between neighbors increases, as does one's awareness of his surroundings. Aside from the social benefit, there's also a health benefit. Each extra stride a day marks another step toward greater well-being. Whether it be walking to and from a rail platform or riding a bike to school, this type of development paves the way for a healthier future. Transit-oriented development also creates opportunities for strong public-private partnerships to maximize community benefit. Development in Vancouver, British Columbia has been largely based around residential growth. Because of this, developers have a keen awareness of future residents' needs. The government there requires developers to fulfill a public benefit before they receive the necessary permits to build. Some meet this requirement by constructing public parks, childcare centers, or pedestrian walkways that connect neighborhoods to transit hubs. Others choose to dedicate a percentage of new units to fulfill affordable housing needs. Portland's Pearl District is seen by some as the pinnacle of public-private partnership between a landowner and the city of Portland. The landowner invited artists and economic drivers into the area, creating vibrancy and a need for housing. To facilitate the influx of new residents, the city constructed a streetcar system to increase accessibility. This working partnership successfully transformed a decaying industrial district into one of Portland's most popular neighborhoods. In the course of the city's zoning and land use development, complete streets, mid-block connections, and a fine-grained street network were born, bringing true TOD to the heart of the city. Another major element of redevelopment is providing for the collective good. Communities across the country have realized the potential for maximizing community benefit during redevelopment. In Seattle, new residential towers are built with commercial space at the bottom, providing a much-needed area for neighborhood grocery stores and eateries. This chain retailer in Canada mirrors that concept, offering a restaurant and coffee shop, along with a full-service grocery in a densely populated residential neighborhood in Vancouver. The idea of having everything at your fingertips is a key concept of TOD. The ability to walk to a bank or pick up last-minute dinner items on the commute home are all aspects of successful TOD that serve to make life more convenient. Opened in the mid-1980s, the new Westminster SkyTrain station in British Columbia features a variety of amenities for residents who live and commute in the area. Residents can grab dinner fixings or flowers at a full-size Safeway, pick up prescriptions at a local drugstore, withdraw money or deposit paychecks at a handful of local banks, and dine at a wide array of restaurants. A shopping center and a 10-screen movie theater are also directly connected to the station. Residents in New Westminster now enjoy access to hundreds of services, all just minutes from their doorsteps. So, where are those opportunities in Hawaii? No neighborhood offers such diversity and connectivity, at least not yet. However, 600 acres of prime urban land in Kaka'ako could become the canvas to change that. To prepare for the future, we must first understand the past. In the 1920s, Kaka'ako was one of the city's earliest residential districts. It was home to over 2,600 laborers, fishermen, and even the poor. The population continued to climb through 1940, with about 5,000 living in Kaka'ako during the Second World War. But rezoning in the 1950s changed the face of the district, with the emphasis moving from residential to industrial. The population rapidly declined to just 837 residents by 1970. Now Kaka'ako stands on the edge of a new era, with residents moving back in droves to the place that once housed the heart of Honolulu's working class. Major Kaka'ako landowners, Kamehameha Schools and Howard Hughes Corporation, are committed to this revitalization so close to Oahu's urban core. Their master plans show long-range goals of transforming Kaka'ako into an engaging, compact, walkable community, like so many successful neighborhoods in the mainland have already done. The Kaka'ako district now stands to become Hawaii's first true live-work-play community, a beacon of forward thinking and planning. Master plans for the district include lush green belts to provide a place for residents and visitors to relax and mingle. Howard Hughes has plans to create a large promenade that runs Mauka to Mackay and connects a rail station with Kewalo Boat Harbor. Active storefronts and multiple opportunities for retail and dining will all be within walking distance from home. Sidewalks and roads will be upgraded to increase mobility for all and provide safe, healthy alternatives to commuting by car. The HCDA and the state of Hawaii are committed to creating this place for residents to thrive, where complete streets and urban village design all contribute to a safe, pedestrian-oriented environment with a unique sense of place. While some may fear the change, now is the time to embrace the future and to show Hawaii as a leader in building smart communities. It's a time to welcome a modern approach to developing homes and neighborhoods for working families and to establish a solid foundation for the generations to come.